Halo pemirsa setia Vibiznews, berjumpa kembali dengan Asido Situmorang. Finansial teknologi merupakan sektor bisnis yang banyak dibicarakan pada tahun-tahun ini. Apa itu financial teknologi? Apa peluangnya? Apa strategi yang baik untuk dilakukan untuk menjangkau bisnis financial teknologi? Dan hal-hal apa yang perlu kita perhatikan untuk kita dapat melaksanakan financial teknologi dengan baik, terhindar dari hal-hal yang tidak diinginkan maupun hal-hal yang melanggar peraturan yang ada. Kali ini kita akan berbincang-bincang dengan Visal Tulsian, Direktur dari Amar Bank. Hello Mr. Visal, how are you?
Good, thank you. I'll just cover the little bit basics of the financial technology. As you see, that financial technology word is a bit recent, but was already used sometime back in Western world. So it comes from the Western world where how the software and the technology can enable the delivery of the financial services. That's where the FineTech word came. In Indonesia, I see it a bit differently. Because Indonesia is not a market which was already covered by the financial sector fully. There is still 80% unbanked. So in my view, the financial technology has a responsibility more towards the less privileged people and we address that 80% of the population in Indonesia. That's where I see the growth potential of financial technology as a sector and that what good financial technology can do. You're right that there are many businesses in FinTech which are helping people and doing impulse and all. How we see that the banking overall is required as a utility. Just like we need electricity, we need banking. Most of the people need three things: transactions, keeping their money safe as deposit, and borrowing money when the cash flow is requirement. So we are right now focusing on the borrowing, where we can meet the needs of the people when they need the cash. So that's where we are going. If you see the pyramid in Indonesia, then out of 250 million people, there are only 2 to 3 million people who are in top of the pyramid who are earning more than $50 per day. Yeah, which are the privileged people, and most of the financial services are available to them. But below that, 240 odd million people, there is nobody, there are very few rather players who are addressing to them. So that's where we see our product Tunaiku is enabling them to borrow cash, which is up to the amount of 10 million rupiah. Yeah? These are the income group who are earning 10 million rupiah or less. That's where we see our product can help people. Most of these group of people do not have the time because they have job to do. They cannot go to the bank branches and fill up the paperwork and do. It's very inconvenient. And cash is needed fast because there is an urgency, there is a need. So what we offer is that at the convenience of their desktop or at their phone, wherever they are, they can apply and get the loan without having any need to come to us, without having to pay extra cost. Same rate of interest what credit card holders are paying, same rate of interest, and extremely fast process. So speed and convenience are the two things which we focus on. Indonesia is an economy where more than 80 to 90% of the whole GDP is dependent on entrepreneurs. And there are many small entrepreneurs who are doing a business and need money for working capital. They do not have the security to put to the banks to get a working capital because their requirement is small. And that we see is again unaddressed market. Indonesia has leapfrogged in technology through phones. So there is a huge amount of potential available to be able to reach to these people, bring them into financial sector through phones. So phone companies, smartphones, not even only the smartphones, also the feature phone, because they are connected with them. Right? Yes, there are ways, because unbanked people, they do not have the bank account. So we need to we need to reach to them and bring them into the financial circle. That's the primary goal. Because we define our mission also in the same way to provide banking to those not only who want, but also to those who need. The strategy is that to reach to this segment, we have to build our infrastructure solid. All mechanisms, processes, scoring models, algorithms, everything technology part has to be very foundational, solid, and that's what we have been doing. So build the foundation very strong and then hard pedal the growth. That has been the strategy, and that's the strategy we use for this product also. The rationale behind digital economy of the president is to bring more people into financial inclusion. Okay? Yes. Because digital is the medium through which we can reach to them and bring them inside the circle. And that's exactly, we are aligned with that we are using this technology to reach to them. To suggest on that, I'll say three things. Number one should look at is it approved by a credible body? Like in case of Indonesia, is it approved by BI or OJK? That's number one should look at. Number two, one should look at, is it transparent? Or is the website hiding it in the fine prints? They should look for transparency, everything written very clearly, they know what they are getting into. Number three, which too good to be true. If it is too good to be true, take a step back. As you know, in the case of China, Ijubao, they started in 2014 July, and by 2015, they garnered around $7 billion by offering higher interest rate. It's a peer-to-peer site which was offering higher interest rate. So if consumer goes to a website and they see that they are offering much higher interest rate than the market rate, then they need to question how. Because there are players in the market, why this guy is offering, how can this guy offer? So that's one, if it sounds too good to be true, not to get lured by it and put their hard-earned money in that. And that's where I see it's a very good thing which the regulators are doing over here, is that they are controlling and they are planning to come out with the regulation, because this sector goes to the underprivileged market. They have hard-earned money which are going to put in that. And if they lose, that's a loss to the economy, a big loss to the economy. They lose faith in the whole financial system. So it should be properly regulated in this aspect. That's what I would say. And as a user, it's a responsible thing to do, not to just go by the higher interest rate or get by attraction schemes.
Thank you, Mr. Vishal, for this time. We hope that financial technology will grow in Indonesia.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Demikian perbincangan kita dengan Vishal Tulsian, Direktur Amar Bank mengenai financial technology. Semoga bermanfaat bagi Anda. Salam Vibis.